I might also note down like little grammar things too that we can look at as a group too from each group.
India, the land of the languages.
You recording it, Majid?
I pressed it, but
Okay, great.
I don't know if it's recording.
Hopefully.
Should I check? Because I didn't see the box.
Okay, maybe just check. Yeah, just click escape. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, great.
Okay, hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about India, the land of the languages, as Abdul said, and it has many different languages, and English is one of them.
We interviewed our friend Sahana to ask her about a couple of questions that should be interesting.
So, تعال محسن تفضل.
You have to move your laptop. There.
In India, English is not the only language that is spoken, as we know that it has many religions and cultures. So, according to that, there are around 1,672 languages only in India. Yes, English is also taught in our school. Basically, it's the main language in the international schools. As like LAS, we have different Spanish or French. In India, we have to take Hindi or Marathi, which is an important language. But the other languages are always taught in English. Also, when like the people who cannot afford to go to colleges or schools, the government has started paying for them, and they also started learning English. So when even if they don't have money, they can at least be something while studying English because it's the main language in Mumbai, at least where I am from. But in other places, English is not really spoken that well because they're not taught English, and only the mother tongue language is spoken. English is only spoken in families if they speak English, or like schools or some research, or sometimes stores because the main language is Hindi and Marathi. So those are the languages which are spoken in the governments and everything. English is not usually used as like a main language to communicate with other people.
And we'll now talk about how the English language came to India and how did it be better and how did they teach their students how to speak English.
How has the English language came to India? And there was a conflict or not? The English language came from the British in 1974. 1947. Britain proposed for English as language when they had control over India. Most, if not all, Indians learn English as their second language. There was a conflict, anti-Hindi parties versus others who support only Hindi, and various campaigns exist to calm these riots.
English opened a lot of things for India, such as work in Britain and work in a lot of places different than India. Like, as you all know, Indians travel all over the world to work, and in London, most of them go to London and they have a lot of work opportunities from the English language that came from Britain.
How were the native people taught to speak English? The British, when they came, they established English in that country. The economy was based in English. Even the schools were based in English. With new settlers, teachers help. Tension was created when English considered as the first language in some states.
Is English the only spoken language in India? Of course not. As Sahana said, there's a lot of languages that are spoken in India, such as Hindi, and there's Urdu, and there is a lot of languages. There's more than 1,600.
Is English taught alongside with other language? Yes and no. In the majority of the states, Hindi is the main language of the state, while English is taught as a second language. In other states, English is the first language alongside with many other different languages like Telugu, Urdu, Hindi.
Where is English used? It's mostly used in schools and some work, some places that have offices, and the government, as Hannah said, uses the Hindi and other languages, but some of them use English because not all of the workers are Hindi. There's some foreigners that work there. And schools now, I think they offer English as a second language in all schools in India. And
even some citizens speak English at their home. So it's now developing to be as a first language in India. In which other ways would English influence the people in that country? Socially, because of the books and the movies. They have now Bollywood, and it's starting to speak more and more English even in the social media. More immigration is produced due to more knowledge of the English language. People from India are going all over the world, as Becca said, into Dubai, into Britain, and to the US. Universities make their graduate proficient in English. Some examples of school are science and technical education. Even in science industry and education, it is starting to be more and more in English. Conclusion. We concluded that it wasn't forced to the countries, it was accepted by the people. It even helped unify the languages in India. There is more than 1,600 languages, and English was taught to every speaker of Hindi, Urdu, and other languages. So it was a second language in India, but most people know how to speak it. So it helped them unify, even and when they speak to other countries. It helped them to communicate and to make good communication with other people.
Because India has about 1 billion people, there's a lot of languages, and English is one big language. Because it's a big language, it may affect the other languages, and it may decrease other languages that are taught in India. So English is going to be one of the main languages in India.
This shows us how the English language is a great language. To come to a country that have more than 1,600 language and the population of 1 billion and affect them. We have a video now.
Should I press on it?
Sure.
We will see some accents of Indian English, as we call
Great pleasure and privilege that all of us are meeting again, proud as Mumbaikars, because this will be held every year only in Mumbai.
You know, in economics, there's a principle called the theory of comparative costs, which says that you may grow rice and you may grow wheat, but you have to decide what you can grow better and concentrate on that and let some other country grow the other thing. It's similarly with arts. You may be a painter, you may be a writer, you may be a poet, but you have to decide what you can do better.
You have corporates
Focus on
coming
that.
in, and the business is changing, and you have multiplexes. So actually speaking, we have a lot more of art parallel cinema. He's a superb director. If he was not, if I did not believe that he could make a good film, I would not have agreed to do the film.
Introduction, but still, he's a truly legend. It's my fourth year for the Royals, and the way he motivates and the way he carries the team out, I think I haven't seen anybody doing this since I've been started.
Great. Anything else to add? Or?
As we saw that most of them was Bollywood speaker, and if we continued the video, it would be professors and doctors. So English is mostly even in India, influenced speaker speak different language, different accents of English. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your sources, yes. I'll put all the presentations on the class site too, so you can go back and look at them. And, if you want to watch these videos and look at the sources and things. Thanks very much, guys.